We are very excited about episode 53 as we welcome Tony, Dale, and Mike with Back Nines Only. They are meme creators and they have over 8,000 followers on Instagram. Their Instagram handle is at Back Nines Only. Fellas, thank you so much for taking the time and hopping on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Not only is it Tony, Dale, and Mike, but we also have Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Julius Erving on the podcast.
Yeah, former members of Back Nine Only. Yeah.
My favorite part before we get too deep is that, we can all set our Instagram accounts like be something. So like ours is podcast. I don't know what Derek has to say par at, but you guys are a golf cart dealership.
I love it.
It's my favorite. I don't know how you guys
we dabble,
but
we dabble.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about
how
it got started?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I kind of started it on my own, and 2020 there was there was something going on. What was it?
I don't know.
Something, but
a lot of sniffles going around.
We were golfing. Sure. People had the sniffles, and we got a lot of good golf in. Maybe some illegal golf while everything was shut down, and that was around the time that I started golfing. And my joke was, man, I suck on the front nine. It takes me a whole front nine to kind of get warmed up before I can get going. And I was like, you know what? I should start counting my back nines only. And we're like, you know what? That sounds like a good Instagram account or something. And Dale was like, yeah, do it. And then 2 days later, I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to do it and see what happens. So originally it was just a little account just kind of helped me actually, because I was a beginner golfer, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to post some things where I can post tips and tricks and maybe some funny things here and there. But over time, I figured out that the funny stuff was better for me, because me sucking at golf, trying to tell people how to do better at golf wasn't going to work out. So that's kind of how it originated. And then it turned into, Dale hopping in, and then Mike out in New York hopping in, and, we'll bounce ideas off each other and come up with some funny stuff here and there. And that actually turned into us kind of doing a annual golf trip. So last year, prior to Minnesota, we went to Dallas and had an awesome trip that we can tell you about in a little bit. And then we went and visited you guys up in Minnesota recently. That was actually our second year, but Mike had to bail on us already for that one. He'll be back for the rest. Yeah, he'll be back.
Understandable.
Yeah. So it's all about having a good time, connecting with people. We've met a lot of great people just through the short time that we've been around. And that's what we're all about, just kind of creating that connection, have a good time.
For sure. Before going any farther, Dom and Mike with the synchronized beer sip. Did you not see that?
No, I was busy drinking.
I thought that's what you were laughing, because you literally picked up the glass. You guys picked up the glass at the same time and sipped, and I saw you start laughing. I'm like,
no, laser focus on my beer.
You'll see that on YouTube.
I had Tito on my mind.
Yeah, Tito on your mind. So it was literally perfect. No, and speaking of visiting us in Minnesota, we really appreciate it. It was awesome to meet both of you guys. Had a great time. How did you guys get connected? As far as you guys are in Milwaukee, correct? And then, Mike, you're out in New York. So do you want to give us kind of a little bit of a backstory on that?
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm the connector of the two other guys here. I grew up in New York. Me and Mike were best friends growing up. I moved around for a while after college and settled in the Milwaukee area. That's when I met Tony, and then I connected the two guys because similar interests, similar personalities. So that's how we all linked up as a trio.
Better looking, but I guess that's my job. Yeah.
I mean, Mike has that kind of like Chris Stefano type of vibe. I don't know if you know who that is as a comedian.
Of course, yeah, I know Chris Stefano, sure.
Kind of have that kind of like Chris Stefano type vibe. You kind of look like him too, minus the thicker accent.
Right.
and the
Nice.
money.
Yeah, Chris DiStefano's my jam. I love Chris DiStefano.
Yeah, he's
He's
awesome.
got a man crush on Mike right off the bat.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Whoa.
It started with the synchronized beer sip,
That's what it was. You
And
guys
then-
are on the
yeah.
same page.
and now we're bonding over Chris DiStefano.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a bromance.
Golf podcast. Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
what happens. But it sounded like we were talking a little bit before while you guys were trying to connect. Mike's kind of the stick. This is what he's you guys' glue to the team, I think, for future tournaments.
For sure. That's why we were counting on him in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Well, it was either come out to Minneapolis with you guys or lose half of my things and have to find a new home. So, you know what? I made the right choice and the only choice for me. So,
I think so.
Good call, Mike. Good call.
yeah. Thanks,
Blink
Dylan.
Voice.
I think that shows his commitment to this. That shows his commitment to this group, and I'm not sure we can.
Listen, I'm committed, pal.
with this guy.
I'm committed.
His wife is just right next to him right now, and he just has to say,
Oh, okay.
this is it's part of the
Oh,
script.
gotcha. Yeah, nice.
But no, I mean, I tell you, like, since we kind of like linked up and did our first golf trip, we just had a time in Dallas. I mean, that can we speak about that? Is that okay if we speak?
Yeah,
about that?
yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, we had a 4-day just absolute bendy in Dallas. No golf cart was safe. No toilet
Oh boy.
was clean. I'm just telling you, things were rough in Dallas. But my man Dale got his first hole in one in Dallas, and that was awesome. That was really cool.
Dale,
On
you got
a
home
bender.
run? Attaboy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So was this at what mini golf course was this at?
What color ball were
Here's the
you?
par two.
Using those little rubber
14 footer.
Yeah. He had the red putter. I had the green putter.
light break to the
Okay.
left. No, but
Yeah.
in all
No,
seriousness, tell us about it.
it was a day where I think that was the day where we played 3 18s all in one day. So
Yeah, we played 54
And we
that
had a-
day.
yep, we had a scramble in the morning and then another 18 and then another 18. And it was 90 plus degrees. And I don't know, it was probably the 45th hole of the day. Tour 18 golf course in Dallas. They do all replica holes of actual golf holes. And it was the Riviera with the war bunker. It was a replica of that green. 150 yards uphill. Hit a 9-iron in there. Couldn't see the bottom of the flag stick, so couldn't see it go in. But Mike heard it hit the stick, and so we got excited when we were going up there. And there was only 2 other balls on the green when we got up there. So I took off sprinting out of the golf cart and ran over the hole. And it was in the bottom, and it was great and expensive for me.
It was epic.
I was gonna ask you. I'm like, were there a lot of people, and was it a pretty expensive tab?
It was just us 3, but
Okay, so not too bad.
and we were one of the last tee times of the day, so the clubhouse was even closed when we got done.
Mhm.
But we went out that night, and that's when it got expensive.
If there was a time to hit a hole in one, that would be the time. Clubhouse closed.
Yeah, guy strip,
Oh,
and
yeah.
at the end of the day, yep.
Yep.
Was it? The real question is, was it on the back 9 of the course?
It was
There you go.
Yeah, it was the 12th hole, I think, right?
There you go.
something. I think
it was
so.
the
Yeah.
12th hole.
Now I'm pulling it out of the hat.
I did.
I like that.
I've been
Very
sitting
nice.
on waiting for it.
He's waiting for his time to just hop in at the right moment. Besides the synchronous beer sip.
He's not even drinking beer.
Yep.
That's true. It's Tito's.
So it's kind of funny though. So Dale really doesn't show emotion. Like Dale's not he gets amped up, but like his amped up is like, yeah. But he's crazy excited. I, on the other hand, get it going. You know what I mean? We're going to have a day out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just I was sweating. The humidity was 98%. It was 94 degrees. We just went absolutely crazy. I mean, it was a time, and I've never witnessed one. And you know what I mean? I've been a part of one other one after that, and it's just crazy. It was
Let me
amazing.
ask you this question. So between the 3 of you, who has the nicest clubs? Or do you all have nice?
Dale.
Dale. Okay. Since Dale has a nice, let's say, Mike, you have the nicest clubs. Let's say you use. We've asked this before, but let's say he used your 9-iron and he hit a hole in one. Are you giving him that 9-iron after that hole in one?
He can have it. He could have it. If roles were reversed, have it.
Love it, Dale. What about you? Since you have the nicest clubs, if it was reversed, you giving it to him?
Oh, absolutely. He can have the whole set. He can frame the whole set if he wants. The hole in one, unbelievable. I mean, even if he just said he wanted it, I'd just give it to him anyway. But yeah, we're like that.
What are you hitting now, Dale?
I just got a fitted this year for a set of P770s.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, so those are nice, and you're gonna give him the whole set. Wow, that is generous. I'm golfing with Dale.
He's my boy. He's my boy.
All right. Okay, so real quick, I just pulled up the video of when this happened. I don't know how to share a screen.
We should probably link to it.
I don't know how to share a screen, but I'm gonna try and connect it up here.
Listen, my boy Dale, who is right here, just fucking hit a hole in one. Show the green. Show the fucking line. On a fucking par 3. Hold on, let me switch this fucking camera. I don't know how to do it.
Hammered.
Just hit a fucking hole in one. Number 6, Riviera replica. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, so that was it.
That's awesome.
It was insane. They're screaming. There's people on other holes just screaming and clapping. So it was a day. It was a day.
Yeah.
Shout out for Tony for the quick vid. That was impressive.
Yeah, I wanted to pull it up. I was trying to pull it up on the computer, but I don't want to lose our screen. But this is coming after. This is coming after a couple of days of madness, where we kind of destroyed some golf carts, accidentally. We're not crazy, so we first, was it the first day, second day?
It was the first day.
First day.
Yours.
That was
First
Bear
day.
Creek.
First course.
Yeah,
Bear Creek in Dallas.
Yeah.
I was simply backing out of the way so these guys could get through, and I slammed into like a little retaining wall that was like around a tee box, completely ripped the axle off.
Not well.
Pretty close.
You bent the axle.
I was driving like it was like Fast and Furious, like Tokyo Drift. Like whenever I was driving it around, the whole thing was sideways. Anywhere I was going, I thought the wheel was going to come off.
Yeah.
So we were trying to think like, okay, where are we going to ditch this cart at?
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure it out. I said, you know what? I'm just going to bring it up to the clubhouse, and it is what it is. I'll see what they say. Drove it up. This guy, I don't know, what is he, a cart guy, boy, whatever. He came up. He's like, whoa, what happened here? I was like, I backed into something. He's like, shit happens, right? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to go hide this in the back, and we'll just pretend like we were fixing it. I was like, sweet. But I was like sweating. I was like, man, am I going to pay like $5,000 for this golf cart? Yeah, that was day one. And then Dale, he had a whole cart, a golf cart bonanza. We ended up going to another course. What course was that?
Texas Star.
Lone Star, Texas Star.
Yeah. Amazing course, by the way. Incredible course.
Yeah. Tell this story.
Let me tell it before we get too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're going to be on YouTube in the podcast, let's let Dale tell it.
Right.
We're going to get banned in Texas.
So yeah, well, preface Tony's backed into like a little 6-inch stone wall for Tony's little accident at going like 3 miles an hour.
5, 6.
Yeah, all right, maybe, yeah. But so it's incredible that it did that much damage.
Yeah.
And then my incident was we had GPS in the carts there, which is my biggest pet peeve is GPS in carts.
Horrible.
And
what do you mean by the biggest pet peeve? Like, you don't like it?
If it's a course that you don't know and you're driving somewhere that it doesn't even feel like you should like be going into an out of bounds area, and all of a sudden the cart just shuts down.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the most frustrating things.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know. It's just, I would rather just walk the course than have a GPS cart. But so I get, for like the 20th time that day, the cart gets shut down. You have to call the clubhouse to get them to turn it back on. And so I'm trying to get the cart to turn back on and back up out of the area that I'm in. All of a sudden the cart kicks into gear, backs up down a hill and like caught me off guard. And it ended up rolling onto its side.
Well, he was cranking the wheel because he was trying to turn around as he was going downhill.
Yeah.
Cart's down, lands on his ankle.
Yeah.
This guy can barely walk, but
Oh no.
there's a guy behind us screaming the whole time.
Yep. So yeah.
And so we just had to keep moving along, and that was pretty much it.
I did fire a ball back at them because they were just going nuts.
Oh,
So
you
listen,
should've
you get a
fired
ball
one back.
fired at you. Yeah, you get a stinger hit right up your ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know,
So should we
It's gotta happen.
advocate for like driving a golf cart before you actually play golf?
there needs to be some lessons.
Oh, shots
Although this
fired.
kinda
Dale.
happened to
Shots
us.
fired.
We were
Just kidding, Dale. We love you. You know we're just kidding.
playing at a course in June, and it was like a guys trip, and
We're gonna bring this up.
yeah. We're playing. It's Giants Ridge is up north. It's in like the middle of the woods, and basically we have this golf cart, and we're going down like this dirt hill, and it turns off into a dock. And Derek's like, "Do we turn here?" And I'm like, "Derek, there's a dock and a pond."
You guys Office fans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
you know, it's kind of like sorry, not to your thunder, but
it's kind of like where Michael's like, "Turn here," and Dwight's like, "No, Michael." That's exactly what Derek was doing.
it's a lake.
And we did that 3 times, and then all of a sudden the cart dives. So we have to be
Yeah.
pushed up these big ass hills,
Yeah.
and instead of being like a solid push, we're being bumped. So we're being pushed up these hills, and then this cart girl comes by, and we're like, "Hey,
This is the best part.
our cart's dead." And she goes, "That's too bad. You're almost done." And we're in the middle of the freaking woods.
But what about the cart?
I'm getting
Okay,
there.
okay, good.
And then we're on like 17, and the dudes in front of us.
The
all-
signature hole, though. This is the signature
this is
hole.
like
Beautiful.
the signature hole, and the group in front of us all ordered drinks, and they're on their last hole. Poor girl backs into a tree and just whoosh, all these branches and stuff fall down. She goes, "Oops," and drives off. And
No, that wasn't the exact whole story. So it was like a cul-de-sac, right? So she backs out, cranks it, and crashes, and then she got it stuck for a second. So she's trying to get it back into
like gear.
the gear to go. She hits it frontwards and forward, hits another tree front, and then she's like, "Just don't say anything, guys." Then she kicks it back into reverse, and then she takes off. So she went back and forth. It was ridiculous.
This is after we're pushed up 3 hills, and Derek wants to turn into a pond.
So maybe there should be a tutorial on how to drive a golf cart. I don't know. I'm a pretty patient person, but when I get
Like you got to get a driver's license for it.
Earlier that day too,
I don't know about that.
Earlier that day what were we doing? But we were looking for your ball.
and then I hit down that straight down that.
Yeah. Heated up on the right hand side of the fairway.
I yeeted it.
It's all hills, right? And it's still kind of doing. Before I know it, we're going down the hill. We're spinning, going down the hill to the point where the golf cart's like this, and we're like.
We did like a Tony Hawk. We did like a 980. We were 920 or whatever. We didn't do that.
And then it stops, and there's beer all over. There's camera stuff all over. And Derek's like, "Are you good?" I was like, "I don't know. Was my beer good? My beer was fine." But we're just spinning, and the whole thing was wild.
I have actually popped a tire driving a golf cart once before, and it was the most ridiculous thing ever. Though it was a terrible golf course. It was like a goat ranch, and they had literally like a straight up like pipe hanging out, like a metal pipe, and like I went to like go over the hill. Well, there was the metal pipe out of nowhere in a fairway, hit it instantly, just totally popped a tire. So we had to take our golf clubs out and have a guy bring us out of golf. Yeah, it was kind of a shenanigans. But in any case, Germany, actually, you have to have a driver's license. We were talking
have we ever told the story about why you don't let me drive the golf cart?
No, we didn't. He doesn't drive the golf cart. He's literally banned.
So I'm not allowed to drive the golf cart when I golf with Derek. We were playing like a nicer course here, and I may or may not have jumped one out of the bunker in front of the clubhouse. And Derek's like, "That's it. You're done." And ever since then, I've never been able to drive again.
Yeah, he's passenger for sure. But Jordan from Odin Golf was talking. He lives out in Berlin, and you have to have a license to actually play golf. Yeah,
That's crazy.
None of us have that license.
Sounds like we would all we wouldn't qualify, or we would, but we'd get in trouble.
There's a few
it's
guys
not
that I
actually
know.
a license. It's not actually a license to just drive the golf cart. It's just a license to play golf in general, correct?
Yep.
They
that's
would
what I heard.
they would watch this and be like, you guys can only use push carts. That's it.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
We don't want to get this over to the other country.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
I can restrict the views.
It's actually funny because I know a guy, and actually Dale, you know him as well. A guy we went to high school with. They will not let him drive a golf cart on any golf course he goes to because he put one in the river on one of the golf courses. It was bad news. It was during one of the tournaments, and you know how those kind of get. And there it goes.
Yeah. But see, like it sounds like every one of our stories, though, we weren't like trying to like
Not at all.
stupid. You know what I mean? Like
Right, not at all.
Yeah.
it was just kind of more of a mistake, and you weren't really familiar with the course. So it's not like we were trying to like cause chaos, because
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan of that either.
Me
But-
neither.
So yeah, it wasn't on purpose.
Golf cart shenanigans are the best kind of shenanigans, though.
But not intentional. Like we don't want to destroy the course, I guess, is what we're trying to say.
Sure.
Yes.
We're-
Yeah. I would say all three of us are very respectful of golf course etiquette and golf courses in general, replacing your divots, repairing your ball marks, all that kind of stuff. We all do it, but those kind of situations happen if you golf enough.
Biggest pet peeve I have is guys that don't fix their ball marks on the green. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, I want a putter throw right to the face. Bang. That's what you deserve. Bottom line, you shouldn't have been standing there.
If anything, just do it for your golf karma. Like it'll come back to you if you're not fixing your ball marks.
Right. You know how many times you miss a putt because of one of those? It's terrible.
I will say one of my really
Yeah.
dumb pet peeves are when the guys take too long fixing their ball marks. Like I have a buddy who will fix like 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They're like, oh no, we have to fix. It's like, no, pick 2 and go. Like I don't want to sit here all day while you fix the ball mark.
He has a maintenance belt actually that he wears. That he's got, like,
He punched the clock before he gets up there. He's like, all right, time for work.
Like I'm all for fixing your ball marks and your divots, and like I don't want to sit there while you fix 4 or 5 of them. Pick yours and pick another one. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on pet peeves, Mike, we got yours. What are your 2 pet peeves? Peeves, Dale and Tony.
It's
Here we
number
go.
1, slow play. Slow play is my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
And I'll stay at a golf course all day long. Like it's not like I got to be home in 4 hours, but it's just sitting behind somebody waiting to hit your shot.
You can't get in a rhythm.
For 10 minutes. It's so frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah,
The rhythm of golf is definitely a thing.
I'm gonna go opposite here. I'm gonna say fast play. I
Really?
hate fast play. Yeah, well, when they're behind me. So if it's like a situation where it's like I can't go any faster and then they're up my ass, it's like, dude, relax. And it just totally takes me out of my game, and it just messes with me mentally there. And I'm like in a hurry then at that point, and it just screws up everything. So it's
That's
like,
a good take. So you're
It
basically
is
saying
what it
like if
is.
there's people in front of you and then there's people in front of them, like
Yeah.
you have nowhere to go. You can't pass them. So just
yeah,
take it. Yeah, I got you. Which kind of piggybacks off of you, Dale, though. The slow play in general just backs everything
Yeah.
up. Just-
Respect the pace of play.
yeah.
Respect the pace of
For
play.
sure. Okay, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit. If you're attending a PGA event or a professional event, are you wearing your golf shoes to the event?
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, I had to ask.
I think you just posted about this, right?
Depends
Yeah.
on the type of shoe. Depends on the type of golf shoe. Number 1.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wearing spikes out there. But if it's a course like Whistling Straits and it's been raining, I mean, I'm not totally against it, but I wouldn't do it.
I'm going to go with a big no on the golf shoes
Yeah.
to the golf tournament. Listen, I'm all about it. I get it, right? Don't do it. Just refrain.
Well, I mean, but how is it any different than maybe a guy going to a Knicks game wearing a Knicks jersey? Same thing, right? It's not like you have.
No, because golf shoes are a piece of equipment. You don't see the guys not going to the Knicks game with a basketball. I mean, granted, kids go to games with a, you know what I mean? Kids go to games, baseball games with a glove, but they want to catch a foul ball. They don't want to fucking play second base. You know what I mean?
Unless somebody
I'll
calls
play
him in, they're
second
like,
base.
Tony, we need you in.
Yeah. We're like, I'm ready to go. I got my shoes on. You guys need an extra guy for this group?
Okay. I see both sides of the story, but like
I'm gonna
I don't
show
know
up
if you've
to a
ever
tournament with my clubs.
there you go. Get those retractable ones where you can just like telescoping.
And then you get the one with the
Yeah.
adjustable loft. So it's like everything in one.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
you're ready
like-
to go just in case.
Truling Square,
Status pocket.
Tomo Golf. I don't know if you've ever had Tomo Golf shoes. I've actually wore those before. And you can literally wear them on the course, or they're like an everyday lifestyle type of shoe. And they're literally one of the most comfortable shoes ever. They're lightweight and they're durable.
But then just wear an everyday shoe.
But that would be an everyday shoe, so that's technically a golf shoe.
But it's also
So-
an everyday shoe. So no, don't wear golf shoes to golf tournaments. That's
But they constitute
No,
as a
no,
golf
no.
shoe, though.
that is the podcast rule. No, yeah,
that's not
that
the
is
rule.
where
See,
we
we're taking
stand.
it. It's not the rule. So you're saying you would never wear a Tomo golf shoe?
No, unless they send them to me.
Okay, see, there it is, right there. So you would wear it. You just
Well,
need them to send it to you.
not at a tournament. I'm gonna wear like normal shoes.
Those are normal shoes.
But then it's not a golf shoe.
It's an everyday lifestyle shoe.
So it's not a golf shoe.
Tony wore
No.
golf shoes to this podcast.
I'm wearing golf shoes right now.
See, there we go. He's at the barn. He's having a good time.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays they have like the Jordans and everything like that. They're super cool. Like
I don't have
I
any
wanna wear
shoes.
those.
Hot take.
The Jordans are ridiculous. Those things are, I mean, they just look good.
I have
They
3
do.
pairs. I'm well aware.
They're nice. And you wouldn't wear one to the tournament.
No, I would just wear normal shoes. So like when we're doing media stuff next year, I'm gonna wear normal shoes.
I'm not for that reason on purpose.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
wear
they
normal
got that.
shoes. And I'm gonna be 10
what-
times more comfortable than you.
Actually, no.
What's
The
the
ones are
brand
super
where you
comfortable.
where you can like screw in like the little cleats
Yeah.
into whatever shoe?
Yep.
Right? You can
Yeah.
you can make any shoe into a golf shoe with that.
That's true.
I mean,
Very true.
maybe some Birkenstocks,
That
All
would be. I'd love to see
Some
Don wear
Crocs.
Birkenstocks to the.
some
Have you ever
Crocs.
seen the sandals though, like the
Crocs.
Tevas, the Teva golf shoes? Like, you know what Tevas are, right? They're like the strappy sandal for men.
Yeah.
They have fucking golf spikes on the bottom. Like, dude, this is what we're doing? This is how we're doing things now? Like,
I actually bought a
It was
box. of those
2022,
spikes,
man.
so-
Oh, did you?
Yeah, no, I have a box. So like I put them on some Air Force Ones. So I had Air
Yeah.
Force golf shoes, and those are kind of nice. I would do Crocs. I'd rock Crocs.
I hate Crocs. I'm not gonna lie. I might be in the minority. I actually
I love Crocs.
stand
No,
Crocs.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to go ahead and give a big thumbs down to the Crocs on the
I'm
golf
with you.
course.
I'm with you, Derek.
I don't care if you're
If I
the
see-
cart girl.
Like I'm
I'm a
married.
Croc guy.
Okay, so I'm married, happily married, right? But it could be the hottest chick in the world, besides my wife, of course, because she's the hottest chick in the world. But if it was besides that,
Good save.
yeah. If I see Crocs, that's a big no. You know what I mean? Like most guys, it's like you look right there. It's like, nope, I'm gonna look at the feet, Crocs.
Well, I know what I'm getting your
No.
wife for Christmas. Crocs.
Crocs. Those will get thrown and going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her some knockoff Crocs too. Walmart one.
Knockoff.
No.
Yeah. Wall Crocs.
Okay, if there's one thing, so I'll start with you actually, Mike. If there's one thing that you could change about golf, and it could be literally anything. I'm not talking like PGA or live. I'm talking like for your own sake. It could be a rule, a breakfast ball. Like for me, I'll probably do a breakfast ball. I know sometimes we all take a breakfast ball.
Right.
But what would be something that you would like to incorporate in the game of golf?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I do like the breakfast ball idea. That's actually a great idea. Although I don't tend to use one often. Sometimes it'd be nice.
Must be nice.
I try not to either, but I can't. I have used a breakfast ball, but I
Right.
try not to.
I mean, you know what might be helpful is maybe like a mulligan. You get one mulligan per round, right? Like you hit a bad shot, you top a shot, you hit one fat. You know what? Fuck it, throw another one down. It doesn't count. Like that would be a nice thing to have in your pocket. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's a good
I
one.
like
for me.
that.
Derek lets me do that. He's my favorite.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
give him like 5 of those.
Yeah, 5 a hole.
So speaking about the mulligans, right? So just a quick side topic to my point. I just played in a tournament this past weekend, right? And they sold mulligans, right? Goes to charity, whatever. I'm all for giving mulligans for charity, things like that. I feel like should there be a limit? There should be a limit on how many mulligans you can buy, per
100%,
group, right?
There's a 50-50. A lot of people like that because it's going to charity. There's
Right.
a lot of people who hate that whole deal.
I would like, so I'd max it out like 3. Like you'd have one every 6 holes type of deal.
Well, so I feel like per group, per foursome, you should be allowed 3, right? By one sheet, 3, boom. I'm all for the charity thing. Just put out a bucket and
4, that way
towards charity otherwise. But so
Yeah, you could- yeah.
just to preface that, my group, we came in, we shot 13 under. We shot a 58, right? Played great golf, used 3 mulligans that like we had for the group. The group that beat us at 18 under, 50 mulligans they bought, 50. So how many extra shots is that? So it pisses me off because we went into this tournament. We're like, yo, we're going to win this tournament. Right. I play with some gangsters out there. Right. Like my buddy Nick is pretty much a scratch golfer, gangster. No, you're not coming in 18 under with 50 mulligans. That's crazy. That just takes the whole point out of the tournament for me.
Yeah. At that point, it's not even worth playing.
No, it's like you're getting screwed, but don't even buy me dinner, do something, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Donate the money, but then like take a couple, not, you know what I mean? I said, I'm all for charity. That's awesome.
Me too. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say like ridiculous. 1 per person. So like you're in a group of 4, everybody gets 1 mulligan. So it's 4 per round. I think that'd be fair. 50.
That's
crazy.
I've never heard
That's like
of
me
it.
territory.
So did you guys have you ever heard of the scramble tournament where you get like a 3-foot piece of yarn? Have you ever seen that before?
I just played one of those.
Yeah. So you buy the piece of yarn basically.
Yeah.
And when you hit on the green, if you're within like a certain distance of your, like maybe like I stick it within like 2 feet, I have 3 feet of yarn. You could use that. You cut the piece of yarn and now it's an eagle or it's like a get back. So it slows the game down, but it's another way to do a charity type of thing. What's your take on that, Tony?
Well, I just played in a tournament like that, and it was ridiculous because we didn't buy. Same thing as Mike. We didn't buy extra. We used what we had, and that was it. And we ended up like we weren't great. We were like under 11 or something. Well, winning team was like minus 35, and I overheard them talking. They're like, "Yeah, good thing we bought like an extra 30 feet of yarn string." And it's like, are you serious? Like, what's the point of us even showing up at that point? Right. Like, we might as well just do whatever. So I think there needs to be limits on that stuff.
For sure.
Oh, yeah,
that makes me really happy that we didn't do that for our tournament because, like, you guys probably would have hated us then, and we wouldn't.
Yeah, we lost fair and square.
Yeah.
Have you ever played in a big cup tournament?
No.
Have you ever never? Okay, so that I played in one this summer. It was actually a lot of fun. And it's essentially I don't know the exact diameter of the cup, but it's probably like 10 or 12 inches in diameter.
Is it like what they use for like football?
Oh yeah.
Kind of. It's not quite as it's like that. But we shot same thing. Like we went out, so we played. It was me and my one buddy, and we got paired up with 2 random people. One was a high schooler that was just going to play some college wrestling, and he recruited this 85-year-old guy. He was our ringer. This guy was unbelievable, 85 years old, but he could also move up because at that age you could play an advantage. But we birdied every hole on the front 9, and then we birdied every hole on the back 9 besides 18. We parred it, so we shot 17 under, and we lost. Granted, it's a big cup, but it's that same thing. It's like we played really well. Right. But there's always that one team that just finishes like at like 26 under. Like in a big cup, you're literally going for eagles on every par 5 because it is a big cup. But it's like you play in those scramble tournaments, and that's kind of like why we designed it to like give away a lot more prizes. Like it wasn't just first, second, and third. But it's a lot of fun. It was really cool. And to piggyback off on the tournament, we were talking to
I don't even know who you're trying to say.
No, we talked to Mike earlier, but we you guys, you good?
No, we're good.
Sorry.
Sorry. We have someone asking us for drinks.
Oh, gotcha.
You better not hydrate and say yes.
Someone's here. Yeah.
Someone's here. No, but we're still in the early stages, but we were talking to Mike earlier. We kind of teamed up with Odin Golf, and we're going to host a tournament out in Arizona in March.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's kind of like it would be a 1-day tournament, but we want to do like a Top Golf Friday and blah, blah, blah. So we'd love to have you out there again. But again, the scramble tournament's fun, but I like doing the prizes of like spreading them out. So there's not just like one team that's sandbagging.
Right.
That literally just comes in at 21 under when everyone else is like at like 13, 14, 15 and played legit golf. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the scrambles are tough, but at the end of the day, it's more or less to have a good time and meet new people.
Right.
What did you guys think of our first tournament? And don't sugarcoat it. If it sucked, let us know so we can fix it. But I mean, we didn't lose anybody. Nobody died.
No, it was fun. I mean, it was raining a little bit in the beginning, which I blame us for losing because of that, because we can't play in the rain, and that's what there is. That's all there is to it. But no, it was fun. I mean, I liked that course. I mean, there was a lot of like, it's kind of flat, right? Pretty flat, pretty fun. You guys had a lot of good like little prizes. There was the most honest prize that we couldn't even win that. And
My buddy.
but yeah, I mean, the fix was in. But no, totally. I loved it. And I liked being up in Minnesota too. I mean, I didn't know there was that much great golf up there.
Yeah. So we appreciate your support. If we're heading out to Milwaukee, where is the go-to place to golf? And then we'll follow up with you in New York.
You
For
can choose.
Lac La Belle, maybe for right in the Milwaukee area, Lac La Belle for really nice course and affordable at the same time. But if you're going to blow it out, go Erin Hills.
Yeah.
So we need to plan a trip out to Sand Valley though.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be sick.
When are we doing it?
I don't know. We got to reach out and figure it out, but we got to plan it. That would be a lot of fun.
I think that's one that we broadcast and get something together. We're down. Let us know when we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I totally got off topic. I didn't let you finish, Tony. Where's your go-to in Milwaukee?
Well, I would say Lac La Belle is probably the best in Milwaukee. My favorite course personally in this area is actually outside of Lake Geneva called Hawksview. That's like my favorite course. It's like kind of off the beaten path. There's a bunch of like awesome little resort, awesome courses down there. And that one's kind of not always talked about, but to me, it's kind of like a hidden gem.
For sure.
I like those.
They had a
Yeah.
Ricky Fowler scorecard in the clubhouse,
Yeah.
and he shot a ridiculous number there.
insane.
I don't know if it was a course record, but it was like 13, 14 under. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. How much yarn do you think he bought to get that?
All of it.
All of it. The whole ball.
It depends which Ricky Fowler it was. Was
Yeah,
it Ricky
that's
Fowler
true.
circa 15 years ago, or was it Ricky Fowler this last year?
Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
Not to shit on Ricky. I love
No,
Ricky.
I love Ricky.
Derek's a big Ricky guy.
That's my guy.
I shit on him enough. All right, Mike, you're up. Where are we playing in New York?
Okay, so I mean, if you come where I live, which is like the Hudson Valley, which is like right outside of the city, like an hour away, I'd say the go-to course definitely is probably actually right here, Mansion Ridge. It's a Nicklaus course. It's incredible. It's like a link style course more. So it's short. It's actually surprising. Like I took driver out once on that course for a par 5. Otherwise, it was like 4-iron, 2-iron. That's what I was doing. But if you want to go big or go home, you got to do Bethpage Black, man. You got to do Bethpage.
How far are you from Bethpage?
I'm probably 2 hours from Bethpage. It's not terrible. You know, it's just literally 2 hours because getting through the city and into Long Island is atrocious. But yeah, you have to camp out overnight to even be considered for a tee time. It's actually kind of crazy. I've never played it. I've never played Black. I played the blue course. That was incredible as well. But Black is it's incredible.
That'd be fun. So you could like tailgate it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, guys sleep in their cars and everything.
We do Milwaukee first. We just drive to Milwaukee.
Yeah, dude, we need to literally go out to Milwaukee. I've heard like it's actually
not far.
beautiful out there. It's really not too far.
You were in Minneapolis? You've never been to Milwaukee ever?
No, I've been to
Well,
Wisconsin. I've driven like through like around that area, but I haven't actually stayed in Milwaukee. And
I was on a plane in Milwaukee. I never got off the plane, but I was in Milwaukee. Yeah.
At the airport. Yeah.
Well, I never even
Yeah,
went to
that's
the
the
airport.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
Wait, like just flew through it. Well, I flew
So
through.
no.
Oh, okay.
No, like shut up. We're coming back from Tampa, and that was just like one of our layovers.
Oh,
But since it was the same plane that went from TPA to whatever Milwaukee is to back here, they're like, yeah, just hang out on the plane.
okay.
So like I've
So
been
you
to
did
Milwaukee.
land.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, no, wheels went down, people got
I
off.
thought you were just saying you flew over. I'm like, well, I probably flew.
No.
To a different, but no.
I highly recommend you get out to Milwaukee. I've been out there, Christ, I don't know, half a dozen times, probably.
Love to
8 times.
plan something next year.
Yeah.
It's the coolest. I don't know. For me, I've been to a bunch of places. I think Milwaukee is the coolest little city around. There's a ton of just culture and great beers. I don't know. It's a great town.
Yeah, when obviously when Dale and Tony were here, they said we do the Miller tour. So I don't think I have not forgotten. So I want to do it.
Yeah, we should definitely plan a weekend. That'd be awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So when you guys get out to the golf course, do you ask the ranger like, what's the course record, or do you guys plan on shooting like a 97? What's your guys' take on that?
I would love to shoot a 97. That'd be amazing. If I could shoot a 97, oh man.
That was my initial thought.
No.
I was like, man, if I shoot a 97 at a random
I'm
course,
not hating on the game at all. No, I don't hate.
97? Whew. No, I don't know. What do you think, Dale?
No, I'm not asking about any course records, but I might ask like the secrets, like what hole where you think it would be a driver, but the guy's like, no, you want to lay up on that, like. So just those little secrets that the ranger might have for you.
He'll ask for that from the starter, and then you always do like the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Tell us your secret.
Yeah, he said 7 iron, I'm pulling driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to use a 4-iron as a dog right, and then go for the driver right off the bat.
Yeah, driver, and then you go
straight
left.
Yeah. Do you guys like where golf's at right now as we speak? Like, not just, I'm not talking like, because I'm going to ask the next question, but not like PGA Tour Live. I just mean like as like fashion, shoes, like just everything individual. Do you guys like where the golf game is?
Personally, I think golf is in a great place right now, and it's just going to continue to rise. I think the fashion is incredible. The shoes alone, I mean, just like Jordan and all these, other guys coming out with these amazing shoes, converting them to golf. I think also golf getting a little more relaxed has really improved the game. I mean, I'm a huge component. I love music on the course. I don't know about you guys. My Monday night partner in my league, Dom, we bring our speakers and we just
it's
bump
not
it.
me.
You know what I mean?
It's not me.
So I think golf's in a great spot. I think the sky's the limit with golf, and all these young guys on the PGA Tour right now, Spieth, Thomas, Burns, all these guys, they're really just, they're setting the bar so high, and golf's just getting better every day.
What about you guys?
I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's kind of peaking right now, right? As far as it being mainstream, and the popularity has never been higher. I don't know if COVID helped that or not. I would assume it did a little bit, but I mean, selfishly, I wish it wasn't as popular because sometimes it's hard to get onto a course. But they're growing the game, and I'm getting my kid into it and he's loving it. So it's awesome that we're able to enjoy it and then actually kind of like pass it down at the same time. Love it.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool to know how. Oh, I'm sorry, Dale, to cut you off. I just was going to say.
I was just agreeing with you guys. Yeah.
I just think how it's cool. Like golfers now are they're kind of like rock stars a little bit. I mean, you got to go back to the OG, right? Tiger. I mean, the guy is just, how do you not? I mean, Tiger's just the greatest. But then you get these guys, JT. I mean, this guy's a rock star, man. This guy can play some golf. So it's just amazing to watch. It's amazing to see how far golf has come and evolved.
So I was going to ask I will ask this other question, but did you guys see Charlie Woods shooting 68
Bro.
with his dad on
Just
the
heard that
Insane.
with his dad caddying.
Yeah. Oh, Dom, his exact quote was, "Go ahead and just tell him what you would do if Tiger Woods was on the bag."
Oh, yeah. So I'm kind of notorious for not listening to people.
He said he would shoot a 68
Yeah,
too.
but
if
my
Tiger-
thing was Tiger would be like, "Hey Dom, you're gonna need like a 9 here." I'd be like, "No, Tiger, I'm gonna hit like a 7 and just see what happens." So Tiger's gonna have to like kick all my balls back into play, and then I'll shoot a 68. But
He's like 300 feet of yarn. He'll shoot a 68.
I need 50 mulligan.
How old is Charlie Woods? What's he, like, 12, 13?
I think he's 13 now because I think like last year when they had that PNC, I think he was 12 or
That's out of
it's
control.
12 or 13. I don't quote me, but 12 or 13.
It's crazy.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
obviously playing.
I can't help.
Oh, go ahead, Tony. My bad.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I can't help but think of Dave Chappelle. Anytime that Charlie Woods does something awesome, the Dave Chappelle stand up where he's like talking to his kid and he was like, you were in my balls, son. And it's like, how do you not think of that? It's like, okay, imagine just I don't know. He could sell sperm directly to the PGA Tour, and that's how you can rebuild it.
It's like
You know, and
those
then just
race
take it from
horses,
there.
right? That are like
Yeah,
Kentucky
yeah.
Derby and Belmont. They're just
Just
selling the
stud
seed,
Tiger
man.
out, just
Yeah,
stud him out.
yeah.
Like that's what you do.
Give them out, yeah.
We're
That's
getting
crazy.
way
All
out there
kinds
right
of
now on this podcast.
I just can't
Yeah.
imagine like Charlie Woods, how good he's going to be. Like
That swing is unreal.
unreal. Him, John
Yeah.
Daly, number 2. I mean,
He's-
all these guys, they're going to be ridiculous. I mean, I guess if my father was Tiger Woods, I'd be ridiculous too. My father was a detective, so that's right. No golf skills, 0.
Well, you get a lot of people that are like, dude, let the kid live, blah, blah, blah. It's like he's in Tiger's shadow. Like, that's what he wants to do. Like, if
course.
he's playing golf for
Yeah.
a reason. Like, he wants, I'm not saying like he's trying to live up to Tiger's legacy because nobody's going to really live up to that. And if it's anyone, that would be sick if it was Charlie. But you know what I mean? It's like, why not point out the fact that the kid has a better swing than most like golfers. Like,
I've always thought it'd be funny if he was like this like great golfer and Charlie was like, I want to be an actor.
just hangs up.
Yeah,
hangs
just
it up.
as soon as he graduates high school,
Yeah.
just I'm gonna be a businessman and just like all the like everybody like because I feel like whenever Charlie does something like that erupts, and to me that's kind of just like leave him alone type of deal. Like everybody's on him. It'd be funny if you're just like fuck y'all,
Like, I'm
hangs
out.
it up,
I hate golf.
picks a baseball or something.
Which would
Literally
be fine.
just shot a
Yeah.
68 and he's like, fucking, I'm out. Done.
Yeah,
Career low. I'm out. Club drop.
putter
That's
throw.
it.
Just I don't want it.
Too easy.
Yeah, this game is too easy, Dad. You stink. This is a hard
Yeah.
golf.
15 majors? Pussy.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, let's.
Man.
So I do want to get one take, and then we're going to transition to some food, and then we'll hop off. I know we've kind of
Okay.
kept you guys on for a while.
No,
so
we're good. We're good.
It's all good. man.
So we talked about where we think like golf is right now, but do you think Live Golf and PGA Tour? Do you think there's been a big division, even on like Instagram? I feel like there's been a kind of a slice down the middle. You know what I mean? And for me, like I know I'm asking the question, but for me, it's like as a fan of golfers, it's like I just want to watch golf, and I kind of wanted to get your guys' take on that.
I feel like Live and PGA has caused just a division between this group because I'm I'm more pro like, hey, you know what? The money's out there. You got to do it, right? I mean, if you think about it, think about us, like in our normal lives, right? Like if you work at a store or something and another store comes in and they offer you more money, like guess what? You're not dedicated to that store. You're going to go get more money, right? So it's a job at the end of the day. It's a business at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's a day a lot there. Holy crap. There's going to be either way, it's bringing a lot of attention to the game, good, bad, or indifferent. Right now, we just don't know what the long-term effect is. That's all.
Yeah,
So for me, I'm okay with it. I think Dale has a different opinion. You can go ahead and speak your opinion. Might be a lot of swear words coming out right now.
No. Like Mike said, I don't get over emotional, but I will say that I am like money's always like I said, I'd give Mike my entire set of golf clubs if he wanted them. Money's not a thing for me. My thing is competition. And it just, for me, it's a little sad that the competition is a little weaker out there. And I think it takes away from the sport. I wouldn't have chased the money for sure. I know it's hard to say unless you're in that position, but I really feel like I would not have chased that money, and I would have stuck where the best competition was.
Yeah.
So I pointed this out, maybe not last week, but maybe the week before. There's a college player who, instead of joining the Corn Ferry, jumped to live.
Mm-hmm.
So now all of a sudden he's having better competition than he would on the Corn Ferry, for example. Now he's playing against, Joaquin Niemann, Cam Smith, all these other players. So I guess the point of competition kind of depends on who you are as well, which I'm not trying to debate or anything, but I just thought that was interesting. Because now all of a sudden you're having guys go from college, where maybe they dominate the Corn Ferry and wouldn't be a big deal, but now they can go play against pros and play against X, Y, and Z. And I don't know what they pay the Corn Ferry players. I can't imagine it's too much, but I'd imagine one of the top college players jump into live would get a little bit more money.
Dale, I like your take too, because for me, like I'm a fan of both, because all of a sudden now, like when live first started, there really wasn't a whole lot of competition, and now there's starting to be a lot more competition. But I think it's hard to explain, but it's almost like a weird feeling. It feels like almost kind of like the whole PGA Tour is like kind of falling apart in a sense, where it's like they're in a weird position, right? And it's like, but we're not used to that because no one's really ever gave PGA Tour any competition. And so I think Tiger Woods, like you said earlier, he's literally like the face of golf for the most part. And it's like, he didn't jump ship because it's all about legacy. It's all about trophies. It's all about the history behind the game. So I completely agree with where you're coming from. It's not always about the money, but it will be interesting to see like how many more players jump ship over to live, because again, competition is good. I'm all for competition because at the end of the day, the PGA Tour is a business and so is live golf. It's a weird, awkward kind of feeling because I like both and I understand both sides of it. But for me personally, it's that tension of like, it just doesn't feel the same as a PGA Tour event, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I got to be honest with you. I think I'm a traditional guy. Like, I like the history behind the PGA Tour. I'm sad that players like Cam Smith and Joaquin Niemann, those guys being so young and being so dominant. I mean, Cam Smith, you just jump ship, and I don't want to count people's money, right? However, I don't think PGA professionals, and especially the guys that are jumping ship to go to live, are doing poorly on the PGA Tour with endorsement deals and everything else that they have going on. So could you live on their salaries? Oh, absolutely. I mean, these guys are making money. I get chasing $200 million. Like a guy like Pat Perez, go ahead, dude. Like you never, what has he won one time? I think in 500 starts or something, a couple times or something like that. Like he's really not going to put up a number in a PGA event against DJ or when he was there, Speed, Thomas. He's just not going to do it. So go chase the money. Like, good for you. I just think the younger guys need to take a step back and think long term versus right now and chasing the money like that, because I mean, the PGA Tour, I don't have any interest in watching live. Zero. You could keep it, honestly. And honestly, the players that have gone over, hasta bye-bye, you know what I'm saying? Like, gone. So I wouldn't give up the chance to win a green jacket to go over to live. I wouldn't give up a chance to win the Open to go to live. I feel like those things are too sacred. Especially if you're a professional and you respect the game the way you should.
No, I totally agree with you on that. However, I don't know. I mean, time will tell, but are these guys going to be able to compete in the Masters? I mean, like,
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Not to speak for Dom, but
what did I say?
No, I'm just saying, like, Tiger Woods is my favorite golfer of all time, and Bubba Watson is Dom.
I don't really care for Tiger. Like he was a little. I'm not old enough to really go. Tiger's my dude. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that old to where I could say, yeah, I watched Tiger in '90 whatever, because I wasn't around yet.
But Bubba's won 2 Masters, and it's like, is he gonna?
I don't know how old you think I am.
He's,
I'm not
he's
old
14.
Wait,
I'm not
So
old
we
enough
need to
have
earmuff
watched-
it
yeah.
when their swear words are on.
You just shocked me to say you weren't around in 1990, whatever. I'm like, wow. I
Well, I was around in 1990,
Just to get to-
whatever.
yeah,
But like, I was like, it wasn't until like the late 1990s,
yeah.
like 97.
I don't think you know what sucks about like today's 20 somethings or whatever. They're not going to know Tiger when he literally dominated every aspect of golf. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, what does he have? 82 wins? Like that's out of bounds. That is crazy. I think the next closest guy to him is what, like 20 something, 22, 21. The guy, anybody active? You know?
Yeah, active. I was gonna say
Active.
So
Sam
like,
Snead, yeah, but yeah,
it's just like mind blowing, like
really.
gangster.
And like that's where it's hard for me because like I understand Tiger is great and I understand that he's probably the best player I will ever see. I was not around to watch him win all of these tournaments.
Right.
So I just haven't been a huge fan of him because I couldn't watch him. Does that make sense? Like
Absolutely.
I feel the same way about Michael
Well-
Jordan. Like I understand Michael Jordan is the best basketball player to ever win anything.
Ever.
To go, baby.
But I'm a bigger fan of Kevin Garnett because I was growing up watching Kevin Garnett.
Right.
KG's the GOAT though too.
Oh, I was wondering why you went Kevin Garnett in Minnesota. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we didn't want to have a long
But is it hard to be
debate,
the GOAT in Minnesota?
what's that?
Is it hard to be the GOAT of basketball in Minnesota?
Well,
Well, I
Well,
Who was
mean,
the GOAT before
Edwards
that?
now,
Latrell
but-
Sprewell?
yeah.
I've Sprewell's a dog, but in terms of basketball, no, it's just KG. I don't think Ants will ever come close to KG because KG brought
KG
that
was a
tenacity
beast.
and
KG
that
was
like
a beast.
KG was ferocious.
KG was
Oh, yeah.
legit.
I've said it a few times that I want KG to like if we ever can like pick like who we want to play golf with, I want KG to just trash talk me the entire round just to pump me up.
This is why we love this podcast though, because like 1 minute we're having a heart to heart between Liv and PGA Tour, and next minute we're talking about Kevin Garnett being the GOAT of basketball. The rules.
Then the next thing you know, Sprewell's choking another guy. Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know here on the Save
just-
Bar podcast.
You just never know. That's right. We'll always throw a curveball at you. Okay,
Someone might
a couple
get
more
choked.
questions. We are going to do a rapid fire questions. We'll get all 3 of your takes at the same time, but
All right.
I do want to ask, what is your go-to snack on the golf course?
Combos. Boom. Buffalo blue cheese.
That's a good one. That's a first for us.
So
Combos. I like that.
kind of piggybacking off that because like all I've been eating lately, Snyder's makes like obviously Snyder's makes pretzels, right? They have these
Yeah.
pretzel chunks with like cheese dust on them.
Yeah.
Buffalo
man,
one? Do you ever have the buffalo ones? Those are out of bounds.
No, the cheese ones I can kill the whole bag and not even feel guilty.
Nice.
Oh, it's so
All right.
good.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I'm not a big snacker, but like I get stuff at the turn all the time, and it's a brat or a hot dog.
Okay.
The
What do you got,
corn.
I mean, I usually wash down my White Claw with another White Claw, but
Liquid diet.
Man,
if I
like
gotta
it.
get something, it's no, just a Snickers bar, I guess. I mean, usually you don't have a lot of choice. I mean, to hear that someone even gets the choice of having Snyder's pretzels is like, where the hell are you even golfing?
Well, like
Those are getting
some-
smuggled into
yeah,
the
sometimes the
bougie.
golfer doesn't know what my snack choice is until I already packed the bag.
He's just like teasing the beverage cart lady. He's
Which
like,
I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need that on the golf course. I think my go-to course snack. I like these little honey stinger chews. They're like little energy
Those are good
chews,
too.
but they're
Oh,
honey
yeah, those
based.
are good.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's so
Okay.
fancy though. Usually the cart girl pulls out like a Ziploc bag full of like some
melted
Four
granola
buckle
bars.
Snicker bars or whatever. They're all melted. So maybe we're just at shitty golf courses, I think.
maybe.
It's Wisconsin.
Dale, we're in Minnesota. You're in Wisconsin. Okay, the whole glizzy thing. What's the fascination with glizzy? We call it a hot dog. We call it a bratwurst. Have you ever heard of that?
He brings up the glizzy.
I don't know. I think that's more Dom's generation. That's Dom's generation coming up with stupid shit.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah,
That's
thank you
like
for
eating
that.
Tide Pods, right? Like, let's call it hot dog glizzy. Oh, let's eat laundry detergent.
I think that's a generation under me.
No, that's Dom's generation. He actually invented glizzy. That's why I had to bring it up. It's part of our contract.
Good job.
Do we have a contract?
Yeah, I
That'd
do.
be
Yeah,
sweet.
and that's why you
Can I have some money?
Okay, before we go, we're gonna do rapid fire questions.
All right.
Dom, I'm gonna let you ask the questions right off the bat,
Oh God.
and everyone's gonna answer. We'll start with Tony, Dale, and then Mike. You finish up. All right.
Some of these are so dumb.
man.
Well, just
We're gonna do pants or shorts.
Oh,
I'm a
shorts.
coach. Okay.
Shorts.
Shorts for me too, and I hope they do it in the PGA at some point.
They won't.
Shorts,
I know.
hands down.
I know.
Short. Are we doing like a normal like baseball cap or are we doing a bucket hat?
Oh man, I wish I could do a bucket hat. I've tried it. It's a disaster. So baseball cap for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I could pull off the bucket.
No, tradition.
OB Golf Co makes good bucket hats. Use code SAFEPAR for whatever app. I don't remember what it is.
Hey, send over some. I'll rock them. Send them
I
over.
tie-dyed one, dude. They're
It
sick.
looks pretty dope, actually. I haven't actually tried a bucket hat, to be honest, but
It looks will go to my hair.
Odin, if you're listening, send them over. I'll wear them.
there you go.
OB,
I
maybe.
like it.
What? I can't talk. What driver are you guys hitting?
Like our personal driver,
Well, yeah, like I don't want you to hit your buddy's driver.
Maverick.
Maverick. Okay.
Maverick.
TaylorMade M5.
The TaylorMade R11, 2013 purchase. Still smoke that fucking
That
thing.
would-
I bought
Smoke
that
it.
actually. I hit it really good in Golf Galaxy. Could hit it 280 on average. Could not hit it 280 on the golf course. Gave it to my older brother.
I had
Great club.
Yeah.
Because they pump those up.
I had an
Yeah.
R7.
Nice.
Yeah, I broke it.
All right.
I've broken a few clubs. We playing early morning or twilight?
Oh man,
I have a preference, and Derek does not like my preference.
you have a preference.
like it, but
I would
No,
say
you don't like it.
Preference would be early morning,
Yeah.
but usually twilight's like the only option sometimes.
Man, I'm early morning just so you leave that option to get that twilight round in too.
Standing tee time every Saturday and Sunday, 6:15 a.m. Let's go. Early morning.
Heck yeah. See, Dale, though, you answered it perfectly, though, because you do have that option of like, I could literally play all day. I could play early, go home, or grab, lunch, and then I could play twilight. So that's the
No
reason
kids,
why early.
no kids, no wife here. I keep the options open.
See, I don't have that either. That's why I play at night. So if you had to pick one club in your bag and say it's your favorite, what is it?
That would have to be the old 6-iron.
Yep.
6-iron. I could probably play 6-iron for every single shot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He could take a 6-iron and putter out and still
Yeah.
shoot the same score.
Same thing. No matter.
I was
Versatile.
going to say ball retriever, but I'll go 6.
I'm going 60-degree wedge.
Oh,
Titleist Vokey.
My man.
I'm going 7-iron. I can hit it anywhere from 185 on a short swing to 215 on a full swing. So let's roll. Let's go.
I can do that in my 60. It either goes 3
All day.
feet or it goes like 400 yards.
Skull the hell out of it.
Actually, so when during our tournament, they let us play, like a couple weeks before?
Yeah.
There's the one hole,
Yeah,
and
it was pretty hilarious.
and I don't remember. Do you remember what it was? It was on the back 9, and it was kind of one of the ones that as you were kind of going into the woods, if you guys remember. And around the green was just a bunch of hills, and my ball kind of landed up on the hill, and I was like, I don't really want to like play this shot. Like it just seems like it's like kind of boring. So I'm like, I'll flop it. So I tried to flop at the 60 and the ball was even further up the hill. And surprisingly, it didn't like leave the golf course. And of course, we were playing like with the course pro.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like, "Did you really just try that?" And I was like, "Yeah, watch this." I take my putter and I put it down this hill.
He put it
off the green
into the cup.
And it went right into the cup. And the dude was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "We're going." Ever since then, the putter's not left my bag.
You're like, glizzies around for everybody.
Yeah.
Get the glizzies out.
The glitch.
Well, it's just the fact that I shanked the flop and then putted it in from on top of the hill.
Just golf in general.
I love it. Who's your favorite golfer? Because I know I kind of divided everybody by not saying Tiger.
Oh man, I can't say Tiger.
No.
Oh, you can.
Well, you could, but
it's pretty.
That's the easy answer.
That's too easy.
Yeah,
Oh,
be
man.
creative.
I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna say, like, favorite to watch.
Yep.
It's gonna be Bubba Watson, and here's why. Because he does the stupidest shit sometimes, and it's like crazy, and it makes me more like, hey, I can relate to this guy. Like, he's doing a shot that he probably shouldn't be doing, but he's gonna do it anyway. So whenever I do that shit on the course, and he gives me shit, and he's always like, he gets too cute with it. So whenever I like fuck up, he's like, yeah, you got too cute with it. So
he's the reason why
I did it.
He's the reason
do you remember? Go ahead.
He's the reason I try to do driver off the deck at least once around.
Yeah.
I was like, Bubba can do it. I can do it once, and I broke a driver doing it. And yeah, it's not fun.
So I made Dale pretty angry one day in Minnesota when we were golfing up there. Do you remember there was a video where Bubba was like, flick of the wrist or whatever? He did like this putt. It was super long with this one hand, whatever, and it went in. I did that from probably like 15 feet out. I was like, bing, flick of the wrist, and it went in. And he was so angry because it was a Bubba Watson reference, and I just went bing. And we were with a random, and the random guy was like, what the hell just happened here? He was like amazed. It was great. That was one of my best moments ever.
For favorite golfers, I mean, Tiger's like the boring answer, like everybody's favorite golfer except for Dom is Tiger. I'm gonna go. It's probably JT. And then like just recently, like I love Max Homa's like energy in this President's Cup. Like he's gotten major points on my board right now.
Yeah,
I like him too.
Yeah, I like those answers, Dale. That's solid. Obviously, I'm going to agree with Dale. Tiger, hands down, of all time. I'm really getting into Zalatoris's game right now. Zalatoris, I feel, is like that close to just blowing the scene up and just dominating. But I got to say, if I want to have a beer and I want to have some shots, Kiz all the way. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Kiz is the man.
I'm surprised no one said Rory, because I think Rory though would probably be my number two.
That's another old guy answer.
But I like Rory for me is kind of in like in that up, that Tiger kind of realm, but like these young guys, man, they're doing it right now. I mean,
they are.
Burns,
there's a lot of competition.
Cam Young's actually from Dale. He's from Westchester. So he's right. Yeah. Cam's, Young, he's right there. So yeah,
I know. I love Bubba. Just watching some of the shots he comes up with and just how creative he can be. Like, who snap hooks it from the pine? You know what I mean?
Masters,
on the Masters.
That was like one of the best shots.
Who does it? Who hits driver off the deck just for the hell of it? Who hits these big banana hooks just because he can?
And he's self-taught.
Yeah, but then on like the flip side, the one that always shocks people is I love Colin Morikawa. I think his game is so textbook, and he makes everything like that you and I would think is like the hardest thing on earth. Does it easy, no problem.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so last question for you guys. If there's one meal that you could have, whether it's a restaurant or a homemade meal, what would it be and where at, if it's at a restaurant?
Well, I like a good steak, and I'm gonna have to go back to I don't even know what it's called, but recently I was in Wyoming, and I played out there, and we were talking about that and having those mountain backdrops, just freaking amazing. But while I was out there,
because Derek doesn't have access to the podcast page because I don't let him know the password.
oh,
I also don't remember
Okay.
the password. He was hitting the mountains, and he's like, I was like, man, it looks great. He goes, yeah, it makes the ball fly further. And he goes, and then I said, well, man, my slice. And he goes, if you slice it hard enough, it'll bounce off the mountains and kick back in. I was like,
yeah,
Like a backboard.
yeah,
that's how you play. Yeah.
exactly.
So, no, when I was out there, we had some steaks out there, and I had a bison steak, and it was freaking amazing. Never had it before, but probably like best steak I ever had. So if you've ever had it, or if you haven't had it, highly recommend. If you like a good steak, try a bison steak if you can get one. Probably my favorite thing right now.
That sounds good. Dale, what about you, bud?
Mike already knows this answer, but from right by our hometown, there's a little town. It's got a little Italian restaurant in it, and they have it's called Frankie and Johnny's. And they have a parm trio plate: chicken parm, veal parm, and shrimp parm on the plate. And it's probably 8,000 calories. And got to clean the plate every time I'm there.
Get ready, dude, because in November we're gonna go, and it's incredible. It is a good little spot. So go-to meal. So give me, okay, well, I'm going to go with courses here. I'm sorry, like not like breakfast, lunch, dinner, but like we're sitting down to dinner. Giving me a dozen oysters on the half shell, raw.
Yeah, you can
right?
do whatever. Yeah. You can do whatever.
You want to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Do it.
No. We're just going to go dinner.
Okay.
Dozen oysters on the half shell, followed with a filet mignon cooked medium rare with sauteed onions, some roasted, fucking potatoes, some fucking broccoli, right? Then for dessert, you give me fucking chocolate mousse pie, phenomenal. On top of that, you're giving me some Tito's and grapefruit for my bevies. And then the after dinner drink is a little Frangelico. Boom. Done.
Mic drop.
Let's go.
Bada bing.
Well, fellas, we appreciate the time, and we definitely are going to have to all link up because I think it would be an absolute blast.
Oh yeah.
Shit
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Do it in
for sure.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, we'll head out to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time. Fellas, thanks again for the time, and we'll definitely have you on again
Hey,
here in the
real
near
quick
future.
though,
Yeah.
before we go, I got something special for Dom.
Okay.
Oh no.
Dom, because I listen to the show, I know this is one of your favorite things that you've ever seen. So I just wanted to show you one more time. That is a picture of the Tony Finau family, because you had choice words to say about that. And
It creeps me out,
I got to
man.
confront you in person. What'd you
Dude,
say?
it's weird. That's weird to have that kind of obsession over Tony Finau.
That's
Hey,
great.
That's
it is
awesome.
what it is.
Thanks again,
I
fellas.
was like, oh no, what's
Guys,
he gonna
thank
bring
you.
out?
Yeah, it was a pleasure. All right. Hey, we're definitely gonna have you on again down the road.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
All right,
Sounds
take
good.
care,
All right,
guys.
Do a
fellas.
live one in
All right,
Milwaukee.
thanks.
Yeah, let's do a live one.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Sold.
It's
That'd
happening.
be sick.
It's happening.
We'll figure that
All
out. All right, take it easy, fellas.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.